Since this is a Argentina pick, Ecuador are going to be starting off on the CT side. Argentina, they've got huge entry frag power. Every single one of those players is very, very capable in getting those entry frags when pushing in towards the sites from short into the B site. And we've seen how powerful they can be on Dust 2. They absolutely demolished Uruguay. So, yes, and just to show the pings, by the way, this is something very important. Ecuador and Argentina, it's very difficult to find a good server to set the both. So they'll be playing the first map on this server, which is Ecuadorian pick, and then they're going to play on an Argentinian server. So right now, it's 150 MS for Argentinians and 50 MS, which is an advantage for Ecuadorians. We cannot deny that at all. But we'll see if the Argentinians can still play well with this kind of advantage. And we'll start off with a very fast A-long push here by the Argentinians. Already made an exchange of frags as they push forward, and there are 3 nades. 3 players with nades here on the CT side. So only Bartquai with the armor. They're slowing them down with the flashes, and they're actually still bogged down. There's going to be a boost here as Callan comes up to support his teammates, and they're going to use the USP to its full advantage at this long distance range. Argentina now deciding to work somewhere else. Alexis barely survives that crossing over, and he's now in a safer zone. And the terrorists have control of mid, but look at this. Widow's so advanced with the USB, and this is a lot of information. They don't need to have anyone in the B site. They know that if they're going to move through, they're going to have to go through Widow here, and they're going to push through right towards the B site. Widow's going to back away. Is he going to meet Johan? He's not even looking at the lower tunnels. Johan is actually surprised to see a CT on his left, but he'll take him down regardless. And Argentina now have the 2-man advantage after going for the mid control, and Widow's push towards T-spawn might have not been the best choice for them. Gushara here to cut off the rotation, and Callan's not going to find him. Gushara will get the frag on Callan, and now the Argentinians have control of the B site, and it's a 4v1. It seems like they will get the pistol round against the Ecuadorians, unless Bartquai can bring out a miracle. One to 0. Argentina picking up the pistol round on the T side. And it's the start they dreamed of. Ecuador, they're not Uruguay. I mean, they can go for a false spy here. They can go pistols and armor. But they might as well just go for a double eco at the same time. It's very possible. And it's been kind of a South American thing going for the double eco. See, usually in the European CS, the teams go for the false spy. 3-man push towards long with 2 on the B site. And it seems like the bomb might be going towards the B site here. With most likely a B split. The terrorists just holding the flank right now, just in case the CTs go for an aggressive push, which is something that we usually see here on eco rounds. And the CTs and the terrorists are really reading it properly. Reversive survives that encounter with Widow, but barely after receiving a headshot. And Picky takes down Alexi. And that's an AK-47 for those CTs pushing long, but only Picky's alive now with the Galil. And there's a lot of time left before the bomb explodes, but probably about 10-15 seconds, so Picky has a long time to wait to save that Galil, but he does a great job to get the first pick. He's got his terrorists right behind him, and they're all attacking him right now. They don't want him to save that rifle, because they might as well go for a false buy then if he does, with the pistols and armor. It wouldn't be a bad buy against the Argentinians. So 2 weapons dropped here on a full eco, almost reversive, and Gushara down as well. So relatively good eco by the Ecuadorians, not bad at all. Another eco. And let's see if they're going to be closer to dishing out the damage. Again, fast long push here. No flash from the teammates. And the terrorists are playing the default with just a couple of players over at B, 1 at mid, 1 at A long, covering the flank, waiting for that pistol push that we usually see on eco rounds. But it's not happening right now. Just a quick update. If you guys have any problems with the audio, if the microphone or the game don't sound too great, just tell us. Tell us in the chat. We'd love to know. They have control of mid now. It seems like they're deciding to push towards it. Look, they've got Nyohin all the way up mid there, and that means they should be going towards the B side. It doesn't really make sense for them to push towards the A side. Alex is going to get entry frag on Vico anyway. Look at this pick coming in from long. That's why when you don't have the flank protected, and Picky again will successfully take a weapon, and in this kind of situation he should really try and save that weapon. If he can save it and get another frag, it'll be a successful eco, there's no doubt about it. Johan's going to push right in front of him. He's got to make the frag as well. 2 weapons dropped. Galil still in the hands of Picky, but reversive He'll make sure he doesn't save it. And that's 3-0 Argentina. Picking up the eco round and the 2 antis after that. Ecuador now able to go for a full buy. And now is the real test for the Argentinians. Will they be able to contend with the full defense? Widow picked up the AWP. Exciting business. Oh my goodness. Otto will make the entry over at long. There's 3 CTs here. It's a huge firefight. There'll be a return from Vico. Vico might look for the second here as he takes down Johan. Excellent play there. And they now have the man advantage. The terrorist still trying to push towards long, and Vico's still alive. And Vico makes another triple here for Vico. Really nicely done, and Otto's looking for him. But he might be pushed from the left and the right sides. Completely flashed. Backs away, though. Survives that encounter. The bomb's down. They need to pick it up. It's a 2v4. They get smoked off. This is good play here by the Ecuadorians, knowing when to throw the smokes and the flashes. And they've got the strategic control of the map right now. Bombs with them. 3 players are there. 1 person holding mid just in case they get rotated from behind. Gala has to make sure he doesn't get picked off. He takes down Otto. It's not a bad trade. Gushara now on his own in a 1v3. And Widow's going to hold short. Easy for Widow. No chance there for Gushara to pick up that round. And that's the first buy round for the Ecuadorians. Mostly due to Vico's excellent triple kill over at A-Long. And don't know if we got a replay of that. But seems like our replay machine's down. Try and fix it for tomorrow's match. But checking for mid, and terrorists on this full eco round. They're definitely not going to be there on the receiving end of that AWP, and he switches to support his teammate. No flashes here on the terrorists. They're just going to try and push forward. Versive leading the way. Great shot there by Widow on this anti-eco. Doesn't land a second, though. He's going to have to pull out the P2K. He's got his teammate. Oh, they're getting pushed from mid as well, and Widow's going to land a shot. Nyon gets another entry on Callan, and this is not looking good here for the CTs who give away the B site there. Widow probably in a bit of a bad position, and nobody there to support them to hold mid. And now with the weapons that they've picked up from the Ecuadorians, Argentina are dishing out the damage. It's a 1v2 for Johan now. Bomb's not being planted. They probably should have gone for the bomb plant, and he gets another frag on Vico. Bartik White has to get this clutch. This would be disastrous if Ecuador lose this anti-eco. He pushes right in front of Johan, and what a round there by Johan. 4K for him as he takes out the majority of the Ecuadorian side in a wonderful anti-eco. And that's how you play the T side. You push in, you make the trades, you pick up the weapons, and you play the after plant. And even though they didn't get the bomb plant down, Johan will still pick it up. And it would have been better if he just hid the last CT rather than go aggressive like that. And both of them, they should have made it a 2v1. Like, should have set up a crossfire or waited until he got the bomb, until he planted the bomb. They shouldn't have risked it like that. And that's really throwing away around. Ecuador don't have room to do that. Not when they're 3-1 behind. And Argentina regain control and probably will make it a 5v1. A 5-1, sorry. Since Ecuador are on an eco. Alex holding the flank. He's got support from Otto. And Bartico is pushing up short. He'll be shot down by Alex there. It's the pretty standard anti-eco from the Argentinians, and it seems like they are foreseeing how Ecuador will be playing on the eco rounds. They know that they're aggressive on the eco rounds and just waiting for that aggression. Ecuador now on a double eco. And the worst thing is that after Ecuador won a round and they lost the round after it, they lost that loser bonus that they were getting. And losing the loser bonus like that while losing all the guns and having no money completely destroys the economy every single time. And it's actually forced them onto a double eco, which is really not a position you want to be in, ever. And so in fact the round they won, ended up being even more demoralizing than just one loss. It's 3 rounds that you've lost. Widow there with a nice Desert Eagle shot. The ball's not been planted in the B site yet. The CTs, they've only got pistols. They've picked up an AK-47. Vico's actually got armor that he's purchased. He's going to run right in front of Reversive. And that's a shame. The armor and AK-47 won't be saved for the other round, and Widow's going to be finished off there as well. And you can see the Argentinians just have such a high level of aim here, and they're always so consistent, getting those headshots, absolutely demolishing their opponents. Again, Argentina are moving. I think they'll be getting control of mid from underpass. They just check tunnels, and it's relatively smart. I mean, they know that Widow has his AWP now, and they might be afraid of that mid kind of mid pick that Widow can get. So, I mean, it's smart. It's smart. It's making sure that they don't get caught off guard, and also it reduces the amount of information the CTs can get when they really don't know and they don't see where the terrorists are. And now they're getting ready for perhaps a B split here. They've got short control. They're holding the flank from long as well. And now they can make a decision. They can either go to the A site or they can go for a B split. But they just lose a player. They're also looking for the pick on the B site. And that means they should be going towards the A site now, picking up the weapon and just pushing forward. Alex is going to make the entry there on long as well. And Reverse is going to take down one of the players. They have to pick up the bomb. It's all the way in tunnels. And I think that's the job of Alex's. But he's going to get shot down by Widow. He completely stops him in his tracks. And you've just got a bunch of Argentinians over at short, not really sure what to do. Trying to find frags. Really excellent play by Widow. Finds Gushiro. Doesn't land the shot. Barely survives the AWP shot in return. Very fortunate that it was a leg shot, in fact. But he's still aggressive and he's still close at the door. Widow, who was absolutely instrumental. Picky. Sadly not looking at short. He had a bit of a weird position there, and that's an easy frag given away to the Argentinians. Gushiro's going to catch Widow. He was making far too noise, and it's all up to Callan now. Widow made it very manageable for the CTs, but they gave away A site far too easily. And after dropping the bomb like that and getting the pick, it's just that Argentina, the Ecuadorians didn't have the information that the bomb was down. That's pretty much it. I mean, if they knew the bomb was down over at lower tunnels, they would have not played like that. They would. You could give away A site, push, try and get mid control, keep the bomb, and work from there. But it's a full eco now by Ecuador. And Callan's going to be picked through the doors, I think. I don't know who it was by Otto or Gushiro, but one of the ops. It's a good position here by Widow. He might actually surprise him. And if they cut the distance, he can actually pick up a couple of frags as well. He's got spotted from Callan. Callan should just hide from... if I was Callan, I would just hide behind the boxes. Oh, he's going to pop out. You shouldn't pop out like that. I mean, it might seem, as a player, it might seem like it's a better position, but don't pop, because it's easy. Getting those headshots is really easy. Especially with the AK-47. Hide, wait for them to get close and just take them out. They won't expect to be behind the boxes. Perhaps they might think that they've gone for a 3-man or a 4-man A stack after they take down Callan, so... Argentina will get another anti-eco. And the thing is right now is that, you know, it might seem like, Argentina are 8-1 up, but there have been some close rounds here between the two sides. So the rounds or the score isn't really a good reflection of how the game's been. I think far from that. Double nade there. Oh, Otto's going to feel the pain, but actually only 40 health lost by him. Widow needs to start landing these important shots. Throws down a nade, puts Reverse down to 72. So a bit of damage spread across the team here by the Ecuadorians with those nades. And it might help them, and they need to be careful. I mean, they've won some picks over at the B site, but if you move into an AWP's crosshair like that, it's just an easy frag. Widow misses his shot again. He needs to start landing them. He's been an excellent player in the first group stage. And he needs to keep up that level, that consistency. If Ecuador wants to, you know, be at the level of these CS:GO giants, Argentina and Brazil. You know, they're playing with the big boys now. Entry frag there for Alex's. Now they're going to push in for an 8-foot 3. Terror's coming in from long, and they get another entry frag. Widow's got a big job ahead of him here at CT spawn, but the CT smoke comes through. Molotov in the site. Bartsquare takes down one of them, and he's still alive in the site. He's going to go for the peak. Alex is going to get him in return. Bombs in the Molotov. He's actually being thrown. And look at this. Pick is going to push forward again. He's going to get taken down. His positioning not too great. Didn't play well with Callan. Callan's on his own, and Callan's going to play 1v1 with Alexi. And it's very doable. He jumps right in front of him. He should finish him off. Oh my goodness, Alex is still alive, but he's run out of bullets on the M4. Callan's going to push forward. He's got a moment there to just reload the weapon. And Alexi survives once more. He's been pretty lucky with these kind of engagements. Nice flash, but doesn't land. And he's going to pop up right in front of him. Alexi makes the frag, and that's another round for Argentina. A very, very close clutch indeed. I mean, Callan did an excellent job getting that frag, but the second didn't come. And it was really, really unfortunate. I mean, one more bullet would have been enough to finish off Alex. And Argentina make it 9-1. Again, another eco round here for Ecuador, who have had 4 or 5 eco rounds so far. He's made it really easy for the Argentinians to pick up rounds here. And that's what happens with the economy in the game. You know, you can really lose a lot of rounds if you get behind it with the economy. And the thing is, the way what a shot there by Otto. The way the game kind of meta's been changing is that people are able to win those eco rounds or those forced buy rounds by buying the armor and the pistols. You can really, really have a chance at winning. So the South American teams really have to start to accept that kind of play and stop with the 1.6 style. Now going for those double ecos instead. Callan pops up, finds a couple of bullets on the aunt. Vico's still here. Earlier on in the first buy round, he's able to get the triple kill, and he makes another frag. Seems like Pit is his position of choice. Now he can push forward and get himself an AWP as well. It's a 2v2 now with an AWP on Vico, and the bomb's moving towards the B side. Callan might get this information, and that's very good. I mean, Callan goes down, but he gives the information to Vico, who can either play for it or go for the save. And, you know, you're 9-1 down. You need to play for this round. You need to play. You can go for a full buy the next round anyway. I mean, look at your money. You can go for a full buy. All right, you're going to get 2.7 or 3.4k, and just play for the round. Try and get the round. Try and get some rounds on the scoreboard, because 9-1 behind, you in the best case scenario, you get 9-6 if you win this round. But he doesn't get the entry frag. He's running out of time, and I think now he has to save the AWP. He just can't make it. There's no time left. If he had got that entry, it would have been a different story. So Argentina now 10-1 up after a pretty dominating performance on the T side. And I'm quite impressed here by how the Argentinians are playing against Ecuadorians. Very, very poised and focused. Both teams playing very good CS at the moment. And Argentina seem to be playing the slightly better. Takes down Widow. Widow has been completely negated this game. He hasn't had much of an impact on the Argentinians, and that's probably one of the reasons why Ecuador have had so much trouble. And Ecuador relied a lot on individual talent or individual bursts of skill. They'll have to continue to rely on that, it seems, because as a team they're just unable to deal. Callan, great push here. Will he find Otto? Sees him. Otto completely flashed, pushes forward, doesn't land the shots. You have to land these shots right now. And Otto's still alive, finally being finished off by Callan, but it took him far too long. Bartaquai with a frag towards mid. And there are 3 terrorists now pushing short. And Argentina have done an excellent job in the way they play, but basically their mid-game calls are great. You lose players in different parts of the map, right? You've lost one player in mid, you've lost one player in B. Push for short immediately. Push for short immediately, because you know there's one CT over at B at least, one CT at mid, maximum 2 players at short. So it's going to be a 3v2, right? 3v2, you'll take the site, you'll get the bomb planted, and you'll put yourself in a 2v2 situation if you make a trade. So this is really good here by the terrorists. Now, they've got the bomb planted, they've got the better position, and they've planted it for short where Gushiro's there with the AWP. So it's really, really good. Solid CS by Argentina. Great understanding of the basics and great tactical play. And that's another round there. 11-1, and they're really, really getting ahead. And it's even more dominating than their play against Uruguay, even though, you know, Ecuador are playing better CS. So Impressive. Really, really impressive here. And will they be able to pick up even more rounds on the T side? That is the question. Good by Widow to take down Reversive, and also a leg shot on Otto. And it's interesting that Argentina, even with the ping disadvantage, are still getting all these rounds. It's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. 11-1 now. Argentina in the driving seat, but Ecuador might be able to pick themselves a round, or pick up a round here with the remaining couple on the first half. Englishrock takes down Widow, who's again a bit too aggressive, and I think Widow, once he's under pressure and not really feeling confident, that really amazing aggression that he normally has, that he times perfectly, he starts to time a bit incorrectly. And when that happens, it becomes easy for the opponents to take him out. Gushro catches the sight of Bartkwe, tries to wallbang in through the box there and throws a nade right on top of his head. He moves, switching position. I think he should just try and hide there. You've got the man advantage. You've got 24 seconds left on the clock. You know he's got an op. No need to peek him. No need to peek him at all. You can just stay back and wait for him to come towards. Again, Picky going for the peek there at mid. He doesn't have to do that. Gushiro now pushing forward. Bartkwe just needs to hide. Wait for his teammates to support him. It's a 3v2, and you know one terrorist is coming in from short. 9 seconds left on the clock. They can't get the bomb planted, and there you have it. Vico playing at CT spawn. He has his teammates back, and that's the round for Ecuador, 11-2. And Ecuador can pick up the next two, make it 11-4. And then, perhaps, with a solid pistol round, pick up the momentum and maybe have a chance to get back into it. But it seems like Ecuador might not be the match now for Argentina. And we might have to wait for Argentina versus Ecuador, versus Brazil, sorry, where we'll see the real test of the Titans. But it's still the first map, the first half of the first map. Things can change in CS. We all know that. Will we see the comeback? That's the question now. Ecuador going for an aggressive short push for information. You need to do that in the CT side. You need to go for that information. They've gone for the smoke there. And they might be able to catch off some of the Argentinians. And they have not really gone for this short push before. They've left Picky on his own. They have to back away together and push together. You can't leave one CT and go back. And they've decided to move back. They've got a bit of information. They know they're still at mid. Evico, who's held pit really well, you can rely on him to hold long like that, for sure. At least take down two before they go through. Widow outpicked by Otto. Fantastic. Otto just seems to be the better AWPer. Another frag for him. And that's the B site completely open. Again, they're trying to go for peaks at the B site, and they're just getting completely demolished by the terrorists. What can you do about it? What can you do about it? This time around, though, they've won their 1v1s at mid and long. Vico, again, who's been playing really, really well at A long, gets his frags, as we'd expect. And the Argentinians, they do have control of the B side. They've got the bomb planted, but they're in a 2v2 after being 2 men ahead. Bartkwe catches Otto. Otto's got the AWP. He has to push forward, and he'll land a headshot. It's a 1v1. Reversive knows that he's coming in from upper tunnels. He's going to switch positions to window. Flashes off the site. The time is ticking. It's against the CTs, and it's going to be too easy for Reversive. Runs right in front of him. 12-2 to the Argentinians. And once more, they take the lead. And it's not looking too good for Ecuador. Not at all. Widow, who was the... I keep saying it. Who was such a mover and such an amazing influence in their first group stage. Just finding it difficult. Finding it difficult to do anything against the Argentinians. They just seem to be that bit higher in their level. And I think if anybody this game, I want to take a look at the frags. If anyone, I mean, Widow's got 11, but if anyone's made important frags, it's been Vico. He's the reason they picked up 2 rounds, really. But Vico's been consistent in his play. And I think, I mean, what could they have really done? What could they have really done to play against Argentina? I mean, it's just 2. It's Argentina's pick. And tactically, you know, on paper, if you can't beat them in these 1v1s, if you can't outpick them, it's just really difficult. There's really not much you can do. 13-2 is the end of the first half. Argentina in the driving seat by far. And they're only 3 rounds away from picking up the first map against the Ecuadorians and securing a very, very nice 3 points. And then it puts the pressure on the Brazilians, right? Because Argentina have got 3 points. Basically, it means that even if the Brazilians beat Argentina in that really, really important match, they still have to beat Ecuador. Or have a lower round difference. So by beating Ecuador, Argentina have this kind of moral, this morale, this confidence in themselves, and this advantage coming into their match against the Brazilians, knowing that they already have 3 points. They already have 3 points.